Hello guys, welcome to another recap of our trades by Ripster. And so yeah, just a late recap tonight, but just wanted to cover. Today was an amazing day again. Amazing day again. If you have been watching my recaps, you already know what was about today, how to trade the Ripster Cloud setups on the short side. So I'm trying to keep these short recaps as I have been doing all week. So today was an amazing day in the community. Only 10% traders were red because our setups were spot on. The Ripster Cloud system gave us so many good setups. We had earning trades, we have morning shorts, we have Ripster 512 calls, all the setups that I teach you. So I'm going to go through fast through them. There's something for everyone. If you're a SPY trader, if you're a stock trader, options trader, whatever you're doing, there's a setup for that we trade every day. So I'm going to start with talking about SPY and QQQs today. That was a really good short at the open. So SPY, if you look at the daily chart, SPY really break a big trend line today. This is the first day SPY actually broke a bear flag and also broke the Ripster 50-55 clouds. So really there was a lot of panic in the market today. Same for QQQs, broke a level, but what was noteworthy was SPY today. So let's take a look here how we traded. What was my guidance since the open. Let's look at our game plan here. Same as we discuss every day. Today was also about VIX 19 level. Over that we flush on the market. Can be choppy if it's inside day. Basically VIX over 19, you buy puts, you make money that way. You short futures or you short leverage ETFs, whatever you want to trade. MTF is above QQQ. Avoid long under the pre-market resistance. Neutral bias on the market. Watch the amateur moves, tech and semis. But what happened was everything sold off today. It took us first 10-15 minutes to find the trend, but after that everything sold off. And right at the open, I told the traders to wait and then see what happens. But as soon as I see this candle breaking, that's when I told everybody 512 shorts. And you could see that at the same level, the VIX was started to VIX started to break out at that level. At the open, it started to break out of 19 all the way to 20. So VIX 19 to 20, and the market, as you see, SPY dumps. Right, so you see the SPY dumps all the way from 740 all the 732s. I was on the OS. I'm not going to spend too much time. I told the traders to lock some profits into 10 a.m. if they want, but there was no clear bounce or Ripster Cloud. You hold. Finally we exit the shorts. You could see there 12:30. I said exit the shorts, and this was the 512 call, which traders took the long on the 512 calls. But this was our short setup and this was our long setups. Only two trade setups. Now when after the FOMC, when fall was done, there was another 512 short again, but this was our morning short. You can see I told the traders at 9:51 shorted, and traders just killed it. Just literally killed it today on that. The short setups, growing their account with those shorts. You could see traders making 100%, 200%, 3,000% and 80%. A lot of those beautiful trades on the open from this SPY QQQ short. Now since SPY QQQ was short, it gave us many other shorts as well. I told a lot of shorts here. I gave the shorts I gave was NBIS short. I'll show you in a minute here. Because when the market sells off, when the tech sells off, you have a lot of other opportunities as well to make money in the market. Remember, we are not looking for the longs. Yes, we got a midday calls, that's different, but initially we are looking for the short setups. NBIS was short. Micron, SNDK, you can see I mentioned SNDK as a short there. So if you look at the memory names, let's start with those. Memory names was a short right at 950 right here. You put stops here, you write it all the way down. Let's look at our pre-market planning here. Top two players, Micron, SNDK, short under the previous day low break or short under the pre-market lows. SNDK 1100 psychological setup, short under that as well. You could see that right away. You could short that. I told the traders to short SNDK, so SNDK was also a short. But the main shorts we did, we can talk about these few shorts we did on NBIS. Let's take a look at there. So I told the traders to NBI, AAOI, CRWV, all of them short. Why was that? Because I know the semis are heavy. These stocks have the most range, so I want to short them. So if you go to the pre-market planning here, you see that I always highlight those names as the top plays that I know will give us really nice trades, especially those AI names. like NBIS, Marvell, Dell, all of those names will give us an amazing shorts. Intel, you could see there was an Intel short under the pre-market lows. So let's talk about NBIS. So I told the traders to short NBIS on the voice. I was on the voice. So I told traders to short NBIS, AOI, and CoreWeave on the voice, and then it just faded from there. NBIS, I think I gave the first target of, I think I gave that 155 target on NBIS. We hit that 155 target pretty soon after 10 a.m. trend time. It was still heavy, still heavy, still heavy. So that was a home run short on NBIS. So now what we had was, after the NBIS short, let me show you there, then we also had a curl. So let's see here. So as soon as I see this 512s here, I said close the shorts, exit the shorts, curl versus 150, 152, $2 risk, went all the way to 159, 160. We made $7-8 risking $2. We moved our stops up. So that was the plan. That was a money maker there, literally, risking few $100s here, making few $1,000, risking $200 here, making $1,000. So that was a easy trade on NBIS, and then this was a 512 Ripster curls. Everything you got to plan in the pre-market. And the same thing was for CBRS. I also told the traders to short CBRS as well. Also, CBRS was on our game plan as well. Today, I said CBRS, all those names are important. All those are short. CBRS is a short. This is where I tell that. AOI was a short. CBRS was on our game plan right here. CBRS, short under the pre-market lows, and you could see that once this pre-market lows breaks, is all day short on CBRS. And of course I talked about AAOI also faded all the way down. Third short was CoreWeave. So literally traders picked up any stock they like, right? So I like these names. You could see that my continuous guidance to short those NBIS, AAOI, CoreWeave. Why was I confident? Because QQQ was the short that I was already guiding the traders live before FOMC, and you can pause the screen and see my timestamp guidance. And we also got some nice curls as well on the short. NBIS gave us a nice curl there. So it was a beautiful trade there on a lot of these semi AI names that we had shorted. Okay, so let's look at some other names here. So which was BE. So we are never on the wrong side. The reason only 10% traders were red, because we were not looking for any longs here. We were simply not looking for any longs. We break this pre-market low level, we break this 1 hour support, we break the yesterday lows. Is a continuous short. So you just got to draw your lines and understand that Ripster Cloud trend is giving you, right? So all right, so let's look at the BE. BE was, I fundamentally like the stock. We have been adding for a long time as well, but that doesn't mean that we do not short it as an earning play. All right, so look at the daily chart. The daily chart is holding this. Always check your daily chart. You see that a daily chart was holding this support from yesterday, and few days ago there's a small gap in there as well. I know if that breaks, then it's going to go to the 150, 155 level. So what did I tell the traders right at the open? We had our MTF clouds right here. So I know we cannot push over the MTF clouds. Look carefully. We cannot push over the MTF clouds. So my pre-market planning on BE was pretty clean. Right at 1 hour MTF, bullish bias to long over 1 hour MTF, no go under 176. I also marked it as an MTF setup. It was my high focus setup, BE high focus setup. Once it's not pushing there, I don't really want to long it. Yes, we were buying as a long-term play. Yes, we've been buying it. That's different. But we didn't want to long it as a day trade. It was a short, right? And of course, for your long-term, your swing trade, it's better if you add. We did some add in the middle here. Then we also added here. I'll show you later. But this was a short. Right at the open, I told the traders, MTF short, put the stops break even, buy the puts. You short $1,000 shares, you're risking $1,000. By the mid of the day, you are making 15, 16 grand on those 1,000 shares. That's how you trade these setups, because there's a lot of range on BE, and the morning setups are really good. It's not pushing over the MTF cloud. It's a clean short. Your risk is barely $2. Even if you short here, let's say you missed it there, then you're risking $3-4. Then you size smaller. Let's say you size 300 shares, so you will lose $1,200 in case it pushes over this opening candle. Then you get out. But otherwise you hold those. You're risking $1,200, but you hold those 300 shares, and by the end of the day you're making that $2,500, $300 until we curl here. Now we did have a curl as well later. This was our curl, but you can see my timestamp guidance. This was the gap. Remember, there's always a gap. Whenever there's a gap, there's an opportunity. So I told the traders, move the stops, break even. Where we go, more dumps. Full target is gap fill. We fill the gap right here. We fill the gap. I think right here we fill the gap, and even after filling the gap, it was still heavy. You could short the pops again. You could see those big spikes. I told the traders if 165 breaks, then 160 is the next target, and we hit 160 as well. I told the traders to cover some here at yesterday lows. Pay special attention. Cover at yesterday's lows right here. This is where you're going to cover, and you can buy a D minus setup if the market is bouncing. And right when we had that, let me see if I can show you that. Let me see if I can show you that where we had our curl on BE. Let me see if I can show you that. Okay, so there we go. So this was BE. So you know we are MTF shorts, and this was where I bought it for the curl. 512 curls. I sent an alert as well. My traders don't really need alert. I'm doing this to guide them, but I did try to send in the community when we close the shorts or when we are trying to curl over here on this level. I already tried to buy a little bit right at this pullback because I was anticipating the curls. I would have stopped out if it broke under, but then it pushed higher. From that 160 buy, you know, BE from the Ripster 512 curls went all the way to 171. Easy $10 per share profit. You know, hit 175, pulled back, flagged, pushed again after Fed wash, right? So I'm not going to talk about Fed wash, but this is how you trade, guys. This is how you trade earning setups. This is how you grow your account. Literally this trade, you risk 500, you could make 3 grand, even if you were trading the options or whatever you're doing, or you're trading shorts. Learn to short, learn to master the Ripster Cloud setup, the gap fill setups, the earning setups. They will be really, really good for you guys. All right, so let's look at some other, quickly go through some other setups. We were long on SKHY at the open, another of our earning setups, earning season. I bought it at 130. It pushed toward 135, sold a little bit, and when it started to chopping, I told everybody exit, right? You could see that 1026 is when I told the traders exit right here. We were long at the open. I told the traders to long versus 127. We got 120.35s, you know, got $5 per share profit. Yes, it was not in full exits, but we ended up green, getting out because I could see that it's going into the chop. Market is weak, so this was chop. This is not a nice trend. This is not what you want to see. You want to see higher lows, higher highs, and I'll show you that. So that was our SKI. You can see the timestamp guidance here, SKHY, that we longed it. So let's look at the next one here. Let's go through a few of the earning plays. Visa was a good earning play here. I told the traders to long versus 362. You can see the timestamp at 943, and it went all the way to 373, right? Even if you were like 365, 366, you still made 7-8 per, you know, profit there. And again, it's not hindsight. Everything is marked on my watch list and the pre-plan planning. I try to see what looks good to me. I tell my traders already have the guidance to long over the key resistance levels, but you could see that Visa was a nice earning trades as well. Let's look at LMND. LMND, again, good earnings but not profitable yet. So LMND was 50 psychological short. You could see the Ripster clouds are heavy. You just need to find a position there and short it. Then we also had SOFI. SOFI, we exited the long-term position. I wish I exited it with more profit. We had a long-term position which went for 15 to 20 for us few times, but I knew it's going to dump, so we exited that. But it was an opening short as well on the SOFI at the open. So yeah, I mean, that was it. There was so many earnings today. It was hard to focus on everything, but the thing is, oh, there's a couple more here. Yes, Cake and Garmin, Cheesecake and Garmin were good earning longs. I told the traders Cake is a long names, watch any pullbacks, and the Cheesecake ran all the way from 95 all the way to 102. You can see that. And Cheesecake also I highlighted as a top play. Bullish buys to long as 90 holds, 100 magnet above. Bullish buys to long as 90 holds, 100 magnet above. And what did it do? Cheesecake 941 timestamp from 95 went on to 102. Garmin was a similar setup as well, and even that was a good long. It went from that 282s to 302s, another like $15 to $20 per share profit. So yeah, so those were other earning plays here. Cake and Garmin was not bad. Yeah, so that was nice. So hopefully you can learn something from this. If you want to join the community for the guidance and the education, feel free to join it. But yeah, sorry for a late video. Take care. See you guys tomorrow.